Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Garuba in at the 4. No good from outside. They set the pick. Here's Musa. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
And here is Parker. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. To the middle. Here's Garuba. Got a piece of it. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Wasted no time on that one.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Musa. Here's Tavares. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Now, here's Parker. Back to Anderson. Screened by Parker. Anderson's shot is off. Pass to depth. Takes a 3. It's good from long range.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
Shoots it. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 5 points in the game. Pass to Musa. Shoots from 14. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
There's Parker with the 3. Rebound by Tavares.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Musa. To the inside. Stolen by Anderson. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
To the wing on the left. Satoransky finds Parker. Three-pointer. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got 5 rebounds tonight. Three-pointer. A nice shot by Garuba.
And that's just too much space to give a shooter like him. He works to get open, but the defenders have to work harder to nullify that.
Now, here's Satoransky. Nothing on the board. Pass to Fall. Anderson inside. Parker outside. From deep. Nailed from three-point land. 56 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Musa. Connects from three-point range. Musa's got his second bucket tonight.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Parker outside. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Laprovitola. Oh, good on the three. Here's Musa. He has 5. Pass to Garuba for 3. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Here's Aprinas. The shot that time, not on target.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
They've got Metu, and it's Veselu in at the 5 down low.
And when defenders are lurking, that bounce pass can be the only way to get it through.
Out to the wing with the shot. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Here's Laprovitola. Still scoreless. Out to the right wing. Here's Aprinas. And so out of bounds it goes. And they retain possession. One of the standout performers recently. We have a chance now to recognize the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
He's been absolutely electric for his team. The way he's been able to finish plays and just take a hold of the offense at that off-guard spot is more than deserving of recognition.
Here's Laprovitola. Buries it from three-point range. Provitola's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
It's stolen. Here's Huey. Sinks the 15-footer. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Aprinas. Here's Laprovitola. Back to Aprinas. Lets the 3 fly. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Aprinas has gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Hits the jumper in space. And so here's the home team. 4-point game. Here's Laprovitola, and he gets it to go from the high post. Provitola's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Here's Laprovitola. He's got 5. Here's Medu. And the rejection by Ibaka. Out to the right wing. Launches a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Pass to Abrinas. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
First half, 2 minutes.
Shoots the three. The rebound by Ibaka.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Driving in and finished off by Hazonia.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. A nice shot by Vesely. Here's Huey. Screen by Ibaka. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Here's Abrinas. Oh, good with the triple.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Here's Ibaka. The rebound by Medu. 52 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Abrinas kicks to Vesely. Lets it go from 11, and no good that time. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
First team foul.
That's good from Hazonia. Here's Huey. 6 points for him. Fires the three. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Abrinas. 20 seconds left in the first half of the game. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Hazonia with the ball. Ibaka for three. No good on that one. With 1 on the clock, it's tipped. And so we wrap up the first half. They're up by 11. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Hey, fellows, I'm just wondering your thoughts on how these teams stack up.
Well, I'm a big fan of stacking things.
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the visiting team. And that is...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And so here's the home team. They trail by 11. Parker out there with Anderson. And it's Satoransky in at the point. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got rebound number 8 now on the night.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's Tavares in at the center position.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Here's Fall. Banked in off the glass.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Here's Musa. Satoransky covering. Trains the three-pointer. Musa's got 8 points.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's the three. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to Musa. Here's Tavares. Here's Musa. Satoransky covering. Here's the screen. Musa with the bucket. Musa's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
From past the arc, knocks down the 3 ball.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Musa. 11 points in the game. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Well, Greg, they're looking to make some big stops here to halt this rally.
And luckily, time is on their side, but this is on them. They need to play smart here.
Jacks up a 3. Fall with the rebound. They got a chance to cut the deficit to within 10. Pass to Satoransky. And the 3 off target. Fast break, here they come. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the NBA has split its draft into 2 days. The league's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, says rosters have expanded and you're seeing a larger influx of talent, a lot of times from the second round. This format will do justice to those slept-on players. Kevin?
Yeah, good stuff, D.A. Some Hall of Famers from that second round, for sure. Sinks the three-pointer.
He knocked one deep ball in the first half, but you start to get the feeling he's finding his rhythm out there now.
There's a good screen. Here's Musa. Fall with the rebound. To the wing right side. Oh, the lob to Parker. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Pushing it up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Pass to Satoransky. Now here's Parker. Got a hand on it, and it's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Here's Musa. And it's off from three-point range. And they're staring at a sizable deficit.
And still within reach, though, that they don't have to rush things.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Here's Musa. 15 points in the game. Fires away from way outside. From beyond the arc and then some. Musa's got 18 points in the game.
Things are heating up for him behind the arc. He only had 1 3 in the first half, but now he's up to 3 in the second.
Here's Fall. Here he goes.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Here's Garuba. Here's Campazzo. The three-pointer is right on target. Campazzo's got himself on the board with 3 there. There's Parker with the 3. Here's Fall. And he dunks it down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Musa passes to Campazzo. Hits the three-point bomb. Campazzo's got his second bucket of the night. And Parker puts up a deep 3. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. They lead by 13. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are, the fourth quarter. In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. They've got Metu, and it's Vesely in at the 5, roaming the paint. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Ibaka outside. Puts it up from 15. Headshot off. Pass to Laprovitola. Here's Abrinas. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go with the 3. That one doesn't go.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. The 3. Vesely kicks to Abrinas. The 3 ball. He can't get that one. Oh, wide open look here for Ibaka. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Team putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes. Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
Yui, the pass to Hazania. Out to Ibaka, beyond the arc. The rebound by Metu.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Abrinas. A three-pointer, no good.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Good on the three-point shot.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Looking to get back on track here, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Here's Yui. Pass to Ibaka. From the arc. It's hauled in by Laprovitola. Ibaka's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Here's Vesely, and a slam dunk by Vesely.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Here's Yui. Off target from outside. Pass to Laprovitola. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And they pick up 2.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Vesely's gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. Here's Yui. Pass to Hazania. The tray. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Out left to the wing. From outside the arc. Abrinas with a rebound. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Here's Yui. Ibaka outside. Shot clock at 6. Can't hit that one.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
Here's Vesely. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Here's Huey. Fires from way outside. Good. The visiting club takes the win on the road. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Berry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team and the starting group for Athens. Hernan Gomez on the wing. You're 7, a screen on Anderson. No coverage that time.
And keeping everyone involved early. Now, that typically pays dividends.
Yeah, and he's so-so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
Now here's Satoransky. Out to the wing. The three is up. Fires in the triple.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Great open look there.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Parker outside. It's Anderson on the wing. Over Hernan Gomez. Anderson can't get it to go. On offense, here is Athens. Parker defending. Yurt 7, a screen on Parker. Back to Yurt 7. 5 on the clock. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for 3.
He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. On offense, here is Athens. Fires the 3. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
No good on the triple. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Osman. No good with the triple. Pass to Parker. Here's Fall. To the right side. For 3. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And there's the screen. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. A minute 50 left in the first quarter. Parker the screen. And he lobs it up top. And Parker throws it down.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Pass to Osman. Will it go? And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
A minute 9 left in the first. They set the pick. Down low. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And the 3 off target. Parker outside. Now here's Anderson. To the paint. Here's Fall. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
We've got 33 seconds left in the opening quarter. Sends it home from three-point land.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Pass to Anderson. Now here's Parker. Defense is right there. From deep. Drills it from deep. He's got 11.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Up by 3. We've got more in store for you. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it. That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Osman's got 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. And for Athens, pass to Metu. There's a screen. The 3. It's hauled in by Athens. Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. Here's 7, passes to Hernan Gomez. Here's Osman. On target from range. Osman's got 12.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And for Athens, over to the wing. Inside. Here's the pick. From downtown, he drops it from range.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Sinks the tray.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
And some changes here for Athens.
First personal foul, first team foul. Substitution on the court.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Nunn defends. Five to shoot. The three-pointer off the mark.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Brown finds Graham. Fires from deep. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Here's the break. And he's going for the lob. Deflects the pass. To the inside. And here comes the break. From deep three-point range, they grab their own miss. Tries again. It's rebounded by Grant. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for Athens. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Hey, here's Nunn for 3. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Out to the right wing. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Athens.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Here's Grant. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. He's covered by Grant. Out to the right wing. Spins. High arcing shot. Shot clock at 5. That three off target. Had some space there after the pump fake.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And 1:01 left in the second quarter. Outside, Brown. Pass to Graham. The three ball. And again, it's Athens with a three.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
There's 38 seconds left in the second quarter. There's a screen by Metu. To win the cold spell. From beyond the arc and then some. 6 points for him.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And again, it's Athens with a three.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Pulls up. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. And so it's Athens with it. Outside, Brown. From behind the arc. And again, it's Athens with a three.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
And so it's Athens going into the break up 12. And it's their three-point accuracy that has helped them build such a healthy lead. More 2K action in just a moment.
You know, maybe we should take a road trip, the three of us.
Yeah, if we're going on a road trip, I'm bringing my dogs.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for Athens.
The defense should get a...
And that's a wrap-up.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. And so it's Athens with it. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And it's Satoransky in at the point guard position. A deep three. Anderson pulls it down.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And for Athens leading by 12. Pass to Yurtseven. Oh, trying his luck from deep. That one doesn't drop. Now Satoransky. Yet to see a basket. Here's Parker. Basket's good on the assist from Satoransky. Covered by Satoransky. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Wing shot on the way. It's hauled in by Athens. Here's Osman. 12 points for him. Yurtseven, a screen on Anderson. Buries it from three. Osman's got 15 points.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. To the middle. Here's Yurtseven. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
4-3. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Hernan Gomez on the wing. Anderson covers. Here's Osman. He's got 15. Shot clock at 6. That three's off the mark.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
It's an even 3-on-3 break. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Hernan Gomez, no good.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
Parker inside. 5 points in the game. Knocks it down from distance. He's got 19.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. And here's your 7. Hey, expanding his range. It's not going to go for him. Down low. Ball passes to Satoransky. With the fadeaway. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
Hey, he's doing whatever he can right now to pump up his teammates.
It's 7 a screen. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Fires the 3, and the three-pointer goes. Hernan Gomez has got 6 points.
Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
And here's Anderson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Anderson's got his first points of the night.
It's interesting. They definitely had more three-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
35 seconds left in the third. Hernan Gomez, no good.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss. Well, I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Substitution on the court.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. To the paint. Now here's Parker. Defense right on him. Clock at 6. It's hauled in by Athens. They held a 12-point lead earlier. And here's Grant from the arc. That shot off. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Defended by Brown. Here's Vesely. Here's Metu. From outside, off the mark.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
And for Athens.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Grant, right side. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Drops in the 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Have the space there, but it's offline.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Outside none. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the long J.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Right wing. Defended by Brown. Another shot. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in.
He's been so effective down the stretch, capitalizing on all his opportunities.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
And here's Grant from the arc. The shot that time not on target. Grant's gone just 1 for 4 from deep. To tie it up. It falls. 5 for 11 in the game.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's none. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
There's a minute 54 left in the final quarter. Here's Brown. Puts up a three. No luck on that one. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Here's Grant. There's the drive. Oh, Grant throws it down.
Hey, they really needed that one. Big time move inside.
Seemed extremely focused on that hoop the whole way. You could see it in his eyes. Was not going to be denied.
Here's Vesely. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And so it's Athens with it. They held a 12-point lead earlier, and now we've got an intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
1:10 left in the game. Right side, none. Pass to Grant. Goes up on the baseline. And he can't get that one. Grant's gone 3 of 8 shooting from the floor. Parker against Grant. Satoransky outside. 6 on the shot clock. To take the lead. They got the rebound. Another steal. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Second team foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Taking 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
No good on the wing 3. Satoransky with the steal. Fires for 3. He's off on that one. And so it's Athens winning this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. It's Athens facing the home team. A look at the starting group for Athens. We've got Yurtsevin and Slukas in at the 1. Here's Slukas. Buries the long-range jumper.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Spins to the paint. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
That one from long range. Garuba's got 6 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. To the left wing. 5 on the clock. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Athens.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. To the right side. Here's Garuba. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 8 points for him.
Well, I think this is the start they want. Come out and put some points up early. 3 or 4 so far.
To the left side wing. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Tavares. Pass to Musa. From downtown. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Off target at the rim. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Jack passes to Tavares. They set the screen. Makes it off the glass. Tavares has got his second bucket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Garuba. 8 points for him. The three drains it from beyond the arc. Garuba's got 11 points.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. He's been absolutely relentless.
There's 1:34 left to play here in the first. Traps in the tray.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
There's the pick. Osman, the pass to Yurtsevin. Launches it. The shot misses. Here's Garuba. 11 points in the game. Misses the three.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Athens moving the ball around. Here's Osman. They get the rebound. There's the pick. Second shot opportunity. Lets it go. Yurtsevin with the bucket.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
Takes the three. It's hauled in by Athens. And now Athens on the break. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. They lead by 2. And we'll get the second quarter underway. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Taking a look at Athens. There's the three. Hits it from three-point range.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Athens trails by 5. Brown outside. Pass to Nunn. With the floater. Brown outside. Down low.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Lasagna's shot is off.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Brown right side. Pass to Grant. A shake. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Stolen by Grant. Out in his own on the break. Here's Nunn. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Athens.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Screen by Grant. 6 to shoot. Pass to Brown. Athens needs to get a shot off. Pulls up. No good from Grant. Grant's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Driving the lane. Count that one. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Brown deciding where to go with it. Good on the triple. Brown's got the lead up to 3 now for Athens. Here's Huey, defended by Nunn. Got that one up quick. Huey's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now, here's Nunn. Defense right on him.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Brown.
2 minutes.
Fires from deep. A rebound by Hazanya. A minute 50 left to play here in the second quarter. And Huey kicks to Hazanya. Off target from three-point range. Grant outside. There's the triple. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
3.
Grant's gone 50% from the arc, 1 of 2. Out of bounds, Athens takes possession. And it's a completely new group for Athens.
On the court.
And here is Athens now. 3-point lead. Pass to Yurtsevin. There's Lucas. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
55 seconds left to play here in the half. Hazanya's shot is off. Now Athens with it. They're on a 15-5 run. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Fires the 3. Athens with another miss. Ibaka right side. It's hauled in by Athens. Right wing. They set the pick. Here's Lucas. Here's Yurtsevin. Hits the jump hook. Yurtsevin's got 6.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Athens shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
3rd team foul.
First free throw is good.
For the away team, over Yurtsevin, taking 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. 5 seconds left in the first half. Puts up a deep three. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Athens leads by 6. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for tuning.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just forced turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Now let's go ahead and reckon. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a quick one as both teams try to gain an edge. Athens leading by 6. And it's Tavares in at the 5. Down low.
Composite. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Osman. He has yet to score. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
And for Athens, we've got Yurtsevin, and it's Lucas in at the 1. Now, here's Yurtsevin. He's got 10. Tries the spin move. Osman. And he goes in for the dunk.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
He takes it in. It's good. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Musa. Good on the shot.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Lucas. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And Athens leads by 6.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Here's Musa. 8 points for him. Uses both hands to slam it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Lucas. His 3-pointers off the mark.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Over to the wing. Here's Garuba. Wide open shot is on the money. Now just a 2-point Athens lead.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Over to the left wing. There's Lucas. Deck pulls it in.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Musa. He's got 10. Inside. Stolen by Yurtsevin.
2 minutes remaining with 2 minutes.
Out left to the wing. Athens moving the ball around. A minute 50 left in the third quarter of the game. There's the drive. Clock at 4. There's Lucas. Athens with another miss.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami. A wide-open shot from Hernan Gomez. Drills the 3-pointer. Hernan Gomez has got his first 3 points of the game.
And, you You know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
Musa passes to Garuba. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Athens leading by 5. Pass to Yurtsevin. Driving to the basket.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
There's a screen. Musa passes to Deck. This one for 3. Yurtsevin with the rebound. Yurtsevin's got 7 rebounds in the game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Osman kicks to Yurtsevin. Pass to Osman. For the 3. And Garuba pulls it down. And they're running. Here's Musa. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Musa's got 13 points now in the quarter.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And it's Garuba in at the 4-man position. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for Athens.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And another thing, guys, they've dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game. Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Brown inside the line. Shot on the wing. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And Athens leads by 7.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And he drives in, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Here's Nunn. Converts after the nice spin. Nunn's got the lead up to 9 now for Athens.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Huey. Drills it from outside.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Pass to Brown. Nunn with the screen for Brown. And there's the drive. Yep, that one goes in there. Brown's got 7 points for the quarter. Here's Huey. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. There's the pick. And he makes good on the layup.
You know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Grant up top. Takes it inside.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, that time he made the most of that trip to the line and cuts the deficit.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Athens. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Grant goes in, and the dunk by Grant.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Nunn looking around. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And Athens leads by 7.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
Garuba the pass to Hazania. Over Grant. Hazania's shot is off.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Brown outside. There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Fires the three, and the three ball is good. And now a 10-point Athens lead.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
There's 14 seconds left in the game. So it's Athens winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Fall in at the 5. 2 points. That one goes. Here's Musa. There's a screen from Garuba. Banked it in off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Anderson. Baseline try. The shot no good. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Here's Musa. Nails it from 3. He's got 5.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
There's the 3. Drains the triple.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Musa. He's got 5. The 3 is up. Garuba, no good. Now here's Parker. Tight defense on him. The fader. Garuba with a rebound. To the left wing. Takes the 3. Musa, no good. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by, to the inside, pass to Fall. Off target from outside. And here's the fast break. Here's Musa. Pure from three-point range. Now Satoransky. Inside. Up and in on the layup.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Pass to Musa from the arc. Tipped. And they get it back. Second chance shot with the drive. And he sinks the layup.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's the 3. Hits the trifecta. Give him 8 points now.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Here's Musa. 10 points for him. Garuba. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Satoransky left side. Shoots. Misses the jumper from the wing.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Jacks up a 3. Garuba passes to Campazzo. 6 to shoot. Garuba, no good.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Here we go, one-on-one. Deck inside. Anderson's there.
The ball goes to the away team.
Here's Satoransky. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. From the wing. Yep, that one's good.
Well, he obviously came in ready to play, already hitting 4 of his first 5 shots.
Here's Musa, covered by Satoransky. Pass to Here's Garuba, and that one is stuffed right through.
He knew he had to take it up strong. David dunking on Goliath.
Right side Anderson. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Here's Vesely. That'll count. No good. Misses at the buzzer. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. They're up by 3. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
Buries it down low.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
And that's 2 awful trips in a row resulting in turnovers.
Driving inside. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. To the middle. Here's Hazonia. Pass to Ibaka. Goes back up. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Ibaka's got his first 2 points of the night.
I doubt that's what they were looking for, but it works out.
Here's Metu. It's rebounded by Ibaka.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Launches it. Counted from distance.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Pass to Metu. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. He takes it in. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. So it's the home team now. 6-point game. Pass to Hazonia. Lets it go from deep. Sinks it from distance. He's got 5.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
It's stolen. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Vesely. And there's a pick. Just 5 to shoot. Connects from downtown.
A defensive breakdown. Can't afford to leave him open from range.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. And he buries his first look.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the half. Boom! He jams it straight down.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Pass to Hazonia. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Ooh, putting on a a show for the fans, going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant. Here's Metu. 1:02 left in the second. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Another miss. He's 2 for 4.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Now here's Ibaka. Drives to the hoop.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Takes a 3. And doesn't connect. That miss makes him 2 for 5. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Off target with the 3.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
It's good. Metu's gotten his first basket of the night. Here's Hezonja. This one for 3. That shot missing. And that concludes the first half. Leading by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome, everyone.
They're doing a nice job of getting their feet wet in the paint. I like the aggression, powering it up and sending it down.
New topic. That does it for half.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Here's Campazzo. No points yet. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Deck in at small forward. Pass to Musa. There's a screen from Garuba. Musa, good.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And it's Anderson in at the 3. Parker right side. Left side Anderson. Just 5 on the clock. He buries it from 3. 13 points in the game.
Well, sometimes you need more than just your stars, though. They've got to run something to get the other guys good looks.
We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in a 2-guard.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And it's Parker in at the power forward position. Now here's Parker. Here's Fall. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Deck in at the 3, a small forward.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And it's Satoransky in at the point guard position. And they're on the break. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in at the shooting guard position.
Their first miss after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
To the inside.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Here's Garuba. Gets the 3 ball to go. Garuba's got 8 points.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
Pass to Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Down low. And Finished off by Anderson.
Powerful. He saw an opening and turned it into a highlight reel.
Man, just sent it down with some force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
Musa, good.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes.
And here's Satoransky. Pass to Parker. Here's Fall. Clock at 6. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. 16 points for him.
And he's really made his mark with the three-pointer today. And that's another big one.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in a hurry.
Here's Musa. He's got 18. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A minute 20 left in the third. To the wing on the left. 18 feet out. Doesn't go for him.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Here's Garuba. Knocks down the triple. Garuba's got 11.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Satoransky outside. Pass to Fall. Satoransky outside. Here's Fall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Satoransky. Snatched away. Deck passes to Campazzo. Deck inside. Anderson covers. Here's Garuba. It's tipped. Outside, Anderson. And he gets it back. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Lets the 3 fly. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 19.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Leading by 9. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
Oh, a big slam!
Oh, my gosh. The athleticism.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. And that's an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Vesely. Nice move. And Azonia pulls it down.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Ibaka for 3. The shot no good. Launches a 3.
Home team foul. Yui. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Intercepted.
Well, that's just a great feel for where the ball was going. He got himself in the right place and made the steal.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game more. Staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
3-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
Into the lane. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
No, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Makes a three-pointer.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Well, it's going to take something special now to get them back in this game.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't seem likely.
It's rebounded by Ibaka.
Man, coach is going to have a few words with him after that shot.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
Hits the trifecta.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Out left to the wing. There's a screen by Metu. No one near him. And there it is for him.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Let's go with a three. Drills it from deep.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left to play in the fourth. To the wing, right side. Pass to Azonia. Off target from three-point range. Going inside. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
Misses the three. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Pass to Azonia. Misses, and you know he wants that one back. Here's the break. The three. And Azonia pulls it down.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Metu. Sends it home from three-point land. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Fires away from way outside. Misses there. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. This one was a fun one to watch.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team and Athens. Now the starting group for the visitors. Anderson is out there with Parker, and it's Satoransky in at the point guard. No good on his first attempt of the game. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Offline with his three. Hernan Gomez covering. Here's the three. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Lucas. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And a great time to check out the power rankings. See how the teams are stacking up across the league. You take a look at Athens. They're locked in again at that third spot. Not a bad place to be.
When you look at this visiting team, they're sort of cemented in this spot right now. Playing decent basketball, but not quite well enough to make up any ground and get into that next tier.
And that one's good. Osman.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Pass to Satoransky. To the left wing. A 3. It's good from long range. He has 6.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Now, here's Satoransky. Screened by Parker. That 3 off the mark. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. There's Lucas. Off target with his 3. Anderson against Hernan Gomez. Ring shot on the way. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Lucas passes to Osman. There's a good screen. Out to the right wing. Athens moving the ball around. There's Lucas. Rebound by Parker.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Satoransky in the corner. Here's Fall. Still yet to score. To the left side wing. Shoots it up. And that one's on target from the wing.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
1:10 left to play in the first quarter. It's deflected. Here's Parker. Left side Anderson. And Satoransky wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. Athens trails by 4. Hernan Gomez kicks to Yurtsevin. Shot to stop the run. Bangs home the trifecta. 41 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Satoransky. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of run.
There's 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Sinks the three-pointer. Pass to Fall. To the wing on the left. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in a tie. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take so far on Athens?
just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
They've got Metu, and it's Vesely in at the 5 spot. And he makes that one.
That's about reading the floor. Hits his man right where he wanted it.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Athens. Trailing by 2. Fires top of the key. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Here's Vesely. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. And here is Athens now. Going inside, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Provitola passes to Abrinas. Shoots over Grant. Misses the chippy right there.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Pass to Brown. Lets it go from deep. Good on the triple. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Here's Metu. Scoreless thus far. They set the pick. 3-pointer. Shot's good by Provitola.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Brown outside. Front pass to the arc. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Abrinas. Pass to Provitola. Shoots over Brown. Provitola, no good. Now Athens with it. Grant surveying the D. Picked away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Nunn. From outside, off the mark. To the inside. Abrinas. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Assisted.
Abrinas has got 4 points this quarter.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. No good from Grant. Launches a 3. Here's Vesely. Pass to Abrinas. Here's Provitola. 5 to shoot. Nails the wide open jump shot. Provitola's got 5 now. 1:10 left here in the second. Round kicks to Nunn. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the 3 ball. Nunn's got his second bucket of the game to go. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Drives to the hoop. And he jams it with authority.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Screen by Grant. The 3. Abrinas with the rebound. Here's Medu. No scoring in this one. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Grizli.
Substitution on the court.
And he's good on the 3-ball. 14 points for him.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Now, here's Satoransky. Just 3 on the clock, and he lays it up and in.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Up 6. Going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Hey,
they've been choosy when hunting for shots, guys. I like that. Trying to capitalize on every single possession.
and now that we have some thanks for joining us.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Athens trails by 6. We've got Yurtsevin and it's Lucas in at the point guard position. Here's Osman. Cans it from downtown. Osman's got 6 points.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
We've got Satoransky. Parker out there with Anderson. And it's Fall in at the 5, roaming the paint. There's the pick. It's up a 3, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And for Athens, we've got Yurtsevin, and it's Lucas in at the 1 spot.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Clock at 6. Pass to Satoransky from downtown. It's hauled in by Athens.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Osman. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Osman's got 6 points in the quarter. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Milwaukee. Parker kicks to Satoransky. Spins out to the wing. The shot. The wing jumper off target. And now Athens on the break. Here's Osman. Again, Athens.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Parker with no one around. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. 5 points in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Anderson outside. Pass to Satoransky. Here's Fall. Right wing. Screened by Parker. Oh, the lob to Parker. Stolen by Yurtsevin. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Osman. Drills the three-pointer. Osman's got 11 in the second half.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
Here's the screen. Driving inside. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
To the left side wing. 1:49 left in the third quarter. Here's Lucas. No good. That would have tied it.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Assist from Sadaransky.
We've got 1:28 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Yurtsevin. Tries a three. Hits the three-point bomb. Yurtsevin's got 6.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Here's Fall. He's defended by Yurtsevin.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Stolen by Sadaransky. Here we go, one-on-one. Pass to Parker. They set the pick. Now, here's Sadaransky. Buries it from three-point range.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Here's Osman. That's short off the rim.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 14 seconds left in the third. Kicks it out to Grant. Jacks up a three. Kept alive. Brown outside. And it's good. Passes. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Up by 7. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. They've got Metu, and it's Abrinas in at the 3 spot.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Drills it from outside.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Teardrop shot. Bucket is good. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Athens. 8-point game. Into the lane. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
And look at the basket guy still shaking. Stolen away. Oh! And that one is hammered home.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. They set the screen. Here's Abrinas. Buries the long-range jumper.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Nunn looking around. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Substitution on the court.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Athens.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Pass to Fall. Driving to the basket.
It's been like this all night for both teams.
the offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
The offensive rebound. Tries the spin move. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another shot. Grant, that's good.
And he's someone the defense should be keying on, especially in this moment.
I think he takes that kind of defense as a sign of disrespect, and he was more than happy to accept the challenge.
Lets it go with a 3. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Defended by Nunn. Parker outside. Nunn grabs the board. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Brown feeling out a bit to tie it up. Fall with the rebound. Fall's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Abrinas. He's covered by Grant. For 3.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Now Nunn to take the lead. Fall with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Abrinas. To the wing right side. Defended by Nunn. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Fall. It counts.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Here's Nunn. Good. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
And Athens calls time here. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. And we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Musa. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Puts up a deep three. It's hauled in by Athens. It's a one-on-one situation. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Capitalizes off the crossover.
What an incredible ankle breaker to help create space for his shot.
Here's Musa. There's a screen from Garuba. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Yurtseven. On offense, here is Athens. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Misses the three. Takes a three. Knocks down the triple.
Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Osman. From deep. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. In transition, here they come. Here's Garuba. The rebound by Osman.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. The shot. Back to Hernan Gomez. Yurtseven a screen to the paint. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. And Musa pulls it down.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough three.
Garuba with the bucket.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Musa. Here's Garuba. Takes the three. Gets the three to fall. Garuba's got 5 now.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
You're 7 a screen. They swipe it. Here's Musa. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
He hits the second from the line. And he makes all 3.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Athens trails by 9. Pass to Deck. Here's Garuba. 3-pointer. The rebound by Osman. And so it's Athens with it. There's the 3. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
The 3 ball. Counted from distance. 9 points in the game.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Musa. 9 points in the game. And he drives in, and he banks in the layup.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
46 seconds left now in the first quarter. Hernan Gomez sets a screen. And he makes it on the layup. Osman's got his second basket of the night.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
There's a screen from Garuba. Here's Musa. Drains the triple.
They've got the D reeling. A full 3-point attack right off the tip.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. From downtown. Misses again. Now 0 for 3. Driving in. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
He drops it from range. He got it up. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
And here's Grant from the arc. It's rebounded by Ibaka. He's covered by Grant, and he gets it to go.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Brown passes to Nunn. Down low. Outside for Grant. Good. He hits the jumper.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Pass to Azonia. Shot clock at 6. No good from outside.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
None with it. He's scoreless. Outside, Brown. Three-pointer off the mark. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection. And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Allie. Thanks.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Athens trails by 12. And here's Grant from the arc. The shot, no good. Grant's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Ibaka for 3, and the three-pointer goes. Ibaka's got his first 3 points of the game.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Grant, and there's the drive. Oh, Grant throws it down.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Right wing. Right side, Nunn. From behind the arc, he buries it from 3. Nunn's got 5 points in the quarter.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Lets the 3 fly, and that one's good. Ibaka for 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Grant outside. We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Outside, Brown from deep. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2. And they're on the run. The offensive rebound. Pass to Azonia. Fades. And he makes it.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
And here's Grant from the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Grant's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
The shot by Azonia, no good. Athens trails by 14. Out to the right wing. Grant outside. Pass to Brown. Now Nunn. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Ibaka. Out on his own on the break. That shot is good by Campazzo.
Changing ends quickly, scoring before the defense can set up. They've been doing it all game.
Yeah, and that's made a huge difference. They're making the most of the chances on the break. Transition buckets decide more games than people think.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Up by 16. And we'll see you back here after the break. 3rd quarter action in just a bit.
Welcome, everybody.
They've been in fuego from downtown, finding space and letting it go, showing.
And now as the season. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Pass to Musa. Here's Garuba to the left side wing. Here's Deck. Buries it from 3. Deck's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now you're at 7. Hey, from beyond the arc. Unable to get that one. And for Athens. Shots blocked. Here we go. And a minute played as the second half gets going. He was all alone on that one. Osman's got 8.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave him all alone at the arc.
Pass to Garuba. Here's Musa. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. Doesn't go that time.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Hernan Gomez inside. Deck's there. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltend.
Driving to the basket. Uses the glass on the layup. 7 points in the game.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And he lays it up and in.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Beyond the arc. Hernan Gomez with a rebound. Athens trails by 14. Here's Osman. And the jumper from the wing offline.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution. And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. To the right side. Here's Musa. Off the mark there with a 3.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
The 3 connects from downtown.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Over to the left wing.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the third quarter. Hernan Gomez on the wing. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Pass to Garuba. Here's Musa. No good on the 3. Athens trails by 11. Hernan Gomez, the pass to Yurtseven. Tries the spin move. There's a minute 17 left in the third quarter of the game. 6 to shoot. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Yurtseven's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Let's go with a 3. Musa, good. 17 points in the game.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Pass to Yurtseven. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Osman. Give him 8 points now. Here's Hernan Gomez. Back to Osman from the arc. Sinks it from distance. Osman's got 6 here in the quarter.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Out to the wing. Sinks the tray.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Deck with a rebound.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. They lead by 14. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters.
He's just too quick to the cup. No one near him to get postered.
Here's Campazzo. Pass to Azonia. 4-3. It's rebounded by Yurtseven. Yurtseven's got his fourth rebound in this one. Goes up on the wing. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Here's Campazzo.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Campazzo. Launches it. Fires it in the triple.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Brown looking around. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Grant, the pass to Brown. Now here's Nunn. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Ibaka. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Outside Nunn. Jacks up a three. Fires the three. On target from range.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
On the take. Soft touch off the glass.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
And a two-handed jam.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Here's Campazzo. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Athens trails by 10. The drive by Grant. Oh, Grant throws it down.
Just magnificent. I mean, he punishes the D for a lackluster effort.
They look a little disorganized there. The result is an emphatic jam.
Yeah, when you're not locked in on defense, they will make you pay with an easy finish there.
Here's Campazzo. Nunn defends. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Azonia. The three is up. Gets the three ball to go.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Brown passes to Nunn. Tries it from the top of the key. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Nunn's got 7 points for the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Ibaka for 3, nails it from 3.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Spins. Grant. The kick out to Nunn, to the middle. This one for 3. Can't get it to fall. That miss makes him 5 for 9. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No luck on that one. On offense, here is Athens. It's a 14-point game. On the wing, Grant. Fires for 3. Good. And Brown gets the assist. There's 14 seconds left to play in the fourth. Fires from way outside. No good. The visiting club takes the win on the road. It ends up being a fairly easy road.